Hello there, everybody. You are very, very welcome to Lesson 4 of Module 2 in your Professional Diploma in Digital Marketing. Guys, today we're going to be talking about search engine optimization once again, but this part 2, we're going to be doing a little bit more of a practical element to it. I hope everybody is doing very, very well today. I am Caitlin, the Digital Marketing Educator here at Shaw Academy, and I'm delighted to have you join me. Okay, before we get started, as per usual, just a little bit of housekeeping. Do me a favor, if you can hear me nice and loudly and clearly, type it into your chat box. If you don't, then, well, you can't hear me saying this, but type that into the chat box as per the screen. And our agents that are on the line will be able to help you. Of course, this is only relevant to the broadcasted lessons, okay? Because we do not have agents sitting and waiting ready for you when you are watching the recordings, okay? This is what the benefit of watching these broadcasts live is. Okay, as I have stated before, guys, this is a recorded lesson, so I will not be able to call your names out retrospectively, unfortunately. However, we do have support on the line for you. Our team is there and ready and waiting, and I have upskilled them enough in digital marketing for them to be able to answer any questions you might have. If they can't, then you will have my email address at the end of the lesson. Okay, so today is lesson 4, and we are going to be looking a little further into SEO, and I'm going to show you guys some really cool tricks. Okay, so we're going to be getting into link strategy. Now, as I said in the last lesson, this is something that is quite intricate, and it does trump a few people. It does trip a few people up. So we are going to be covering this on a couple of the different lessons throughout the course. So don't worry about getting it 100% just now. We're going to talk you through it, okay? Then we'll be talking about the relationship between social media and SEO, okay? And how those two interact with each other, whether SEO has any impact on your social media and vice versa. Then I'm going to show you how to use Search Console, submit your sitemap, play around with Google My Business, do an SEO audit, and how to link it all to Google Analytics. Okay, so guys, I hope you're all ready. I'm ready. Let's get started. Okay, cool. So, link strategy. So, what we're talking about, as I was saying, okay, in the last lesson, when we talk about linking and link strategy, you need to think about, have the mental image of a big city with lots of different roads that link to each other, okay? Think of it, that's kind of your link strategy of your website, okay? Think of it as a pathway for search engines to be able to travel so that they can find your content. All right, so building a link strategy is pretty much one of the most important aspects of SEO. And it's going to make a huge difference on the content that you have and on the traffic that you get. All right, so guys, remember I mentioned briefly about the algorithms. Okay, so it's an authority model, okay? The hilltop algorithm was one that I mentioned specifically. And guys, that one is used basically, it's an algorithm that's used to find documents that are relevant to a particular keyword topic. Okay, so it was created by Krishna Bharat when he was working at Compact Systems Research Center and at the University of Toronto, and it was then later acquired by Google in February 2003. All right, so basically what it does is it really quickly calculates the most relevant search results that are appropriate to that search, the keyword that's typed in. And basically, whether you show up higher up or not on those search results are dependent on your link strategy. Okay, your link strategy is a huge part of the whole strategy, because your search engines, okay, they ensure by having a look through this strategy, and I'll show you guys how to submit a sitemap for that so that it can be traced by Google in a little bit. Okay, that search engine needs to ensure that there's, a trust and and they basically establish whether you're an authority or not on a subject, all through links. They can also tell whether it's spam or not. Okay, so let's have a think. Okay, let's imagine. I want you guys to imagine something quickly. Okay, imagine there's a document, like a written article, documents of medical research online, okay? And we can ascertain that the majority of the medical industry professionals out there are linking to that report. Okay, say it's a really big find in cancer research, and everybody's linking to it from their own journals and from their own websites, and it's hot news, okay? So by people linking to that article, we can then conclude, unless all of those medical professionals are conspiring to mislead us, right? We can conclude that the document that they're all linking to is valuable, and that it can be trusted, and that it holds authority, it holds weight. Right, guys, so that is a good way of looking at it, and I'll give you a little visual in a little while. Let us have a look. Okay, so your internal linking structure, let's look at this. There are two different types of linking structures. Okay, there's the internal linking structure and then the external one. Okay, that's all you really need to remember here. Okay, so the internal linking structure amplifies your user experience. Okay, it adds to the user experience. Your internal linking structure is the links that you use that connect pages on your own website to each other. Okay, they allow people to navigate your website a lot more easily. It supports your site. It's like the support. Think of it as a skeleton. Okay, it's the supporting structure of your websites. It's kind of the basic map work of your website. Okay, and what it does as well is it helps Google to categorize everything. Your linking structure, your internal linking structure. Okay. If you can think of it like a web, okay, I know I'm giving you a lot of analogies here, but think of it as a web that connects everything together. Is everybody with me so far? Thinking of it as a web, okay? So remember I was talking about that document, right? So let's say that I'm Dr. Caitlin, okay? Say that I have a certain level of authority in the area of research, in a certain area of research. Say it's, for the sake of continuity, say that it's in cancer research, okay? So if I wrote an article, okay, it would have a certain amount of weight and an amount of authority in that particular industry, right? So say it's a written document. So logically, okay, so whoever reads this, right, is all and refers to it, and they all kind of reference it in their articles, and say the World Health Organization starts pointing to the document, they link to it as well. Okay, you think about the World Health Organization as a website and as an authority in the world anyway. They're huge, right? So if they reference it, what happens is the document has way more authority, okay? So Google implements that authority to my site and where I've put that research document. Okay, so therefore what will happen is that because of all of that authority and having people with high levels of authority linking to me and linking to my site, that article will, and my site will rank higher on search results, okay? And that's basically what the Hilltop algorithm dictates. Okay, so that's that algorithm that they bought in 2003, and it basically judges authority. Okay, let me just bring all of those guys up. Okay, so everybody with me on that? Wonderful, guys. Okay, so I need to really underline this for you guys. Keeping current with your links and keeping them running, keeping them fresh and relevant. And I'll tell you, you need to check that they work all the time, because links do decay over time. Okay, so say you've got a website. If there's a site that might have been popular at one stage, it might be declining in its popularity over a period, and then it'll become stale, right? Not as many people will visit it. So it's really, really critical that we look to earn new and updated links over time, okay? search engines are going to basically what happens, so updating your links and keeping your content fresh, it's actually known as fresh rank. Okay, so the search engines are going to, they, what happens is they get signals that there's a new link that exists on your website. Okay, and what they'll do is they'll go back and index that, they'll crawl your website for popularity and for relevance, okay, and to see how relevant it is to your potential, the same audience that you're trying to attract. So here we go, guys. These are different types or different things that I want to highlight here, okay? So you've got to ensure that your content is topical, okay? You need to kind of make the most out of your link strategy and out of keeping them fresh, okay? You need to link to people who are in similar industries to you. This is how you get further authority, okay? And you create that network. So in terms of your anchor, that word, what it means is you're embedding text into a hyperlink, okay? So you hyperlink to something, you've got your anchor sitting in a page. And I'll explain that a little bit later if people don't get that. Okay? The level of trust can be varied according to who you link to and who's what authoritative page you're linking to. Okay? So basically what could happen here with this, all right, is you might link to someone who is not necessarily a spam site, but they may be performing black hat SEO, using those kind of practices, and that will bring down your own ranking, okay, if you have a follow link to them. But I'll explain follow links in a bit. So what you want to do in order to amplify your linking structure and amplify your what your attempts to get to the top of the search pages, okay, you want to link to highly trusted domains like the World Health Organization, like people who are well-known authorities in the industry, okay? And it's just worth noting, as I said, more frequently than not, spam sites will link to other spam sites. So be very careful about who you link to, okay? And you can determine whether that information is picked up or not by Google by selecting a follow or a no follow link. And I'll explain that to you in a bit as well. But generally, if there's a known spam site and you link to them, Google's automatically kind of going to assume that you're a bit of a spam site too. Okay, everybody there? We all here? Ryan asked, is it not a bad thing to have too many outward links? It can be. You've got to be very careful about balancing it because it's all about the user experience. So think about yourself visiting a web page. If every second word is hyperlinked, you're not really going to want to, it's unappealing to look at. Okay, so these are just in theory. Hina's asking, who does the website belong to here? I'll explain it to you in a couple of different ways this evening and further on, okay? So let's just have a look through. Okay, so we've got our outreach linking or our external linking as well, okay? So when you're outreach link building, okay, this is where we reach out to industry leaders and email bloggers, okay? This is where you're building your relationships with authorities and people who submit their sites to local directories. So you're going to need to explain why, when you're approaching these people, this is kind of an affiliate marketing thing, this is kind of an influencer marketing thing, okay? When you're reaching out to these guys. Let's say, okay, for an example, okay, so you will need to, when you're approaching them, you need to explain to them why it's in their interest, in the interest of the blogger or of the other website, to link to your website, okay, with a follow link. So let's say that you blog all about cars, okay, and how to service your vehicle yourself and, you know, how to look after your cars after you've bought them. If I'm an industry expert who sells cars, say I'm wearing a lot of hats, but say I'm an industry expert and I sell cars and I want to link to high quality information, okay? And say you ask me to link to your site so that I can help add value to my customers, and it'll add value to your site as well. So that's kind of it. Does that make sense? It's got to be a mutually agreeable situation. Okay, so say I want to write a really fantastic article on how to look after your new Ford car. Okay, so I contact Ford. I could share it. I could do that. I can write the blog, and when I share it on Twitter or Facebook, I could tag Ford in that way. That's kind of the way you could go ahead with it, right? And if they, if basically what happens is they're notified that I've tagged them, right? And if they like the critique and they like the piece of writing that I've done, they will then share and follow me. Okay, so that means that I'm on the pig's back. That means that I'm good to go. I've got this big authority that's linking to me now. So the more content you create that is similar, or the more content you create that's similar to what Ford likes, okay, the more they're going to share that and like that content and re-disseminate it, which gives it loads more exposure and loads more authority. And there's a lot more chance that you're going to have them linking to your content. Makes sense. Lamek says, please wear the music hat too, Caitlin. Unfortunately, I'm not as good a singer as I think I am. Okay, cool, guys. So is everybody with me? Does that all make sense to you? So Ryan says the disadvantage of links is that visitors will follow the links and leave your site. This is why you have to be so selective of who you link to. It's always got to add value, and you've got to be willing to have these people leave your website by linking to them. Laura says, is that similar to outsourcing? In what sense, Laura? It can be. I mean, it's very much more influencer based, but there are so many different ways you can affiliate with other companies and other websites through linking. Okay, it's all right. I will explain it in a little bit more detail. Okay, so social sharing, guys. Now, there is a big argument or big controversy, I suppose, around social media and SEO. Is anyone aware of that? Did you know that social media and SEO, it's a bit of a complicated relationship, right? Basically, it's been very difficult because, okay, if I can explain it in layman's terms, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all of those guys, the users of those channels give their information kind of in the terms and conditions. It states that it should state anyway, that those platforms cannot reshare your information, okay? Based on, it's just a privacy thing. So with social media, it's a closed network as opposed to the rest of the internet, right? So, and your search network, which is Google, which is about 80% of the net, right? So what happens is that Google, sending out its crawlers and everything, cannot get into those closed networks in order to crawl them, to index them. Does that make sense? So to connect your social media channels, your social media profiles, the links that you share from your social media channel, it's very difficult to connect the traffic from that social channel to your website, and for Google to track that exact pathway. Okay, so that's how it's been historically. Okay, so in the last few years, okay, we've seen a total explosion of the amount of content that's shared through social services like Facebook and Twitter and Google and all of that, okay, or Google Plus. Okay, although your search engines do treat socially shared links differently, guys, they do treat them differently than other types of links. Okay, they do notice them, but they don't have as much information on them. There's a huge debate with your search professionals as to exactly how search engines factor social link signals into their algorithms. It's very difficult to, okay? But there's no denying, guys, there is absolutely no denying that there is crazy rising importance of social channels. So Google's actually said it over and over and over again, okay? There's a correlation to content ranking, particularly well in search results and it being shared a lot, okay? Because it's good content. There's no better way to see if something's a good piece of content than how well or how quickly it goes viral, okay? Or whether it's entertaining or not. Doesn't have to be good. but there's no direct ranking signal in Google's algorithm, okay? So just because you shared or liked something a lot on Facebook doesn't mean that it's going to affect your SEO. So what's going to happen is if your content on Twitter or Facebook is indexed and it's viewed as valuable to users, then Google might show it in the search results, okay, outside of those social channels. They don't do any special engineering working on accounts to see how many followers or likes or shares. This is why you've got to measure that all yourself, okay, because they've been blocked for a while. But what we do know is that Google Plus, and this is why it's important to use Google Plus. Google Plus is created by Google, so they can automatically index, okay? So any content you share through Google Plus is going to be ranked. All right, does that make sense, guys? So for social media links and SEO, your links that are used from Facebook, from Google Plus, or not from Google Plus, from Twitter, from Instagram, they are no follow links, okay? So they are not indexed. It doesn't directly affect SEO using social media and linking. Your pages can be indexed though. So this is just reiterating what I was saying there, okay? They can show in search results, but they're not, it's not the highest priority, and it's just indexed as the same way as other content, okay? Alrighty guys, and just quickly, I'm going to show you here, I've just got some tools that you can use because I want to move on to the practical stuff, which is going to be really, really handy. Okay, so just Google Analytics and Search Console, which we're going to have a look at a little bit later. Okay, Majestic is a really cool little product that'll help you with your link structure. SEMrush is a brilliant tool as well with keyword research and your strategy developments. Moz, Open Site Explorer, but the Moz bar as well. They're brilliant. They show you your links and your no links. I'll share that with you a little bit later. And SpyFu, okay, which helps you. So this is all for keyword research, loads and loads of research that you can do. Okay, so this is going to be in your slides with links in those images. Okay, so when you're using it as a PDF, remember to click on those. And so I just wanted to mention blogging here as well. Okay, so where I was talking about your links getting stale, okay, you need to create new links, fresh content, and basically blogging is the best way to constantly creating fresh content on your website. Okay, there's loads of other additional benefits to it outside of really improving your SEO. Okay, but basically it gives visitors another reason to actually come to your website again and again. Okay, it helps you to establish authority in your given industry. So what we were talking about earlier with Dr. Caitlin publishing my research paper that the World Health Organization was linking to, I can post that on my blog and it'll get loads of people to come and visit my website. Okay, blogging can help you to create longer lasting relationships with the people that visit your website, so you can nurture your content, your contacts. Okay, blogs are a great way to nurture people through your sales funnel. Okay, and blogging, I mean, firstly, Google loves new content. Okay, so it's that fresh linking. The more frequently you have new content hitting your website, the more frequently you'll have crawlers visiting your website and indexing your website. Okay, and it is an opportunity to offer lots more to your audience as a business, okay, and to create a lot more value for anyone that finds their way onto your website. Make them stay a little bit longer. Awesome, guys. Okay, cool. So that is the rest of the content that the theory content. This is where the practical content starts. Okay, so has anyone ever used Search Console, or do you remember what it is? Have you ever used it? It's Google Search Console. Okay, we're also going to submit sitemaps. Okay, I'll show you how to do that. I'm also going to show you Google My Business and how effective it can be in getting you on the map online. You'll see exactly why it is so useful. So, Google Search Console. Okay, so let's just go ahead and have a quick look. We did look at it briefly in the foundation course. Okay, so I'm just going to, actually what I'm going to do is I am going to type it in. Okay, so let me just bring this up for you. You literally just type it into Google, and there it is. Okay, this is just, these are test accounts. I haven't got a verified connection to Shaw Academy, but this is just a page that I was helping a friend with that hasn't come to fruition. So this is Google Search Console, and there's a lot that you can do, okay? You need to, basically you add your website, and there's all sorts of stuff you can do here. You can check your search traffic, whether your content's been crawled by Google. Okay, you've got the errors where that will show you basically where, I haven't got any data here yet, but it'll show you where there are link breakages, how many times you've been crawled. The Google bot tells you how many times the Google bot's been on your site, okay, where you're indexing, okay, on Google Index, security issues, search traffic, search appearance, how you show up, your structured data, and I'll show you more about structured data in a while, okay? So Search Console, this is basically how you manage what your website's doing in relation to Google search, okay? Pretty simple way. So before we get into really stuck into it, I just want to remind us of the last lesson, okay? So do you remember we saw Google as the librarian, right? Okay, so this is the person that needs to index and sort out all of the information that everybody on the internet, everyone with a website has given to Google. We need to find out, where are all the books? Where's all the information located, right? So they want us to help them to find that information. That's just a really simple analogy for what we're doing here, okay? What we're doing is we're helping Google to index our content, to organize our books by setting them out in such a way that it makes it easy for them to do, okay? First thing we're going to do is we're going to submit our sitemap, okay? So we want to find out, when you first build your website, you might not realize, that Google doesn't know that it exists until you tell it that it exists, okay? So, we've got to ask yourself, does Google know my site? Does it see my content? Okay, does it crawl my site? So what I mean by crawling, it's like if you think about, those little Matrix crawlers that on the Matrix, that movie, the little creepy crawly things that were all over. That's how I kind of see them, right? So they're like little spiders or little bugs in my head. It's just a program really that scans, but basically they're like little spiders that come to your website. You direct them, okay, and they kind of track their way through your website and see what the user journey would be like, okay? So Angie says I'm a weirdo. That's not very nice. Okay, so they kind of like crawl through and make sure that everything works, all the links work, and flips through. Basically, if you think of your website like a book, it's flipping through the pages and indexing all of the content for a later search term, okay? Google does that, okay? And then shows us up in search. That's kind of, so it needs to find out all of our information in that book, kind of take a mental image of all of that stuff, and then allow us to show up in search results when people use similar keywords. Okay? Joe says there are no spiders in the Matrix. No, but there are the metal things. Anyway, aside from my very strange thought processes, let us have a look. So the first thing we need to do to make sure that all of this is the case, okay, that we're being shown up in search, that our site's been crawled, that our site has been seen by Google, is we need to go to our Search Console tool, okay? Here we are. So here is our Search Console, right? We need to submit a sitemap, okay? Has anyone heard of a sitemap before, outside of what we're talking about here? Andrew says like a proofreader. Kind of, but it's almost more extracting the information from the books, from the website, okay? Copying it. Okay, basically, guys, we're going to go to our web tools. Oh, no, we're not. I lie. So we're going to go to our website. So the very first thing you need to do here, right? Actually, before we start that, is if you'll come to a page like this, what you need to do is add a property, okay? And you add your link there, okay? You add your website there. You add it, and then what happens is you've got to wait for it to be verified, okay? So what we're going to do once it's verified, you go in here, and we're going to have a look, okay, at sitemaps, crawl. I was right the first time, okay? Sitemaps. All right, this is literally how you submit your sitemaps. You need to process your page. It can be in like an HTML or something like that. You can add your sitemap, okay, and you add it there, okay. That's pretty much it. So I've actually got a little video for you to simplify it a little bit more than what I've done. Okay, so let's have a look here.
The internet is amazing. It's so easy to share anything you create with the entire world. Like Alice. She just opened an online store for her custom jewelry. But now she is wondering, can people find her site and mobile app on Google? With Search Console, Alice can make sure that Google finds her store and shows it for the correct search queries. Search Console also displays the errors that Google found when reading her site and app. Alice can check those errors and fix them so all her pages can appear in search results. Every time Alice creates a new product page, she can use Search Console to see which terms lead people to her Google search results pages. And she can use that data to discover the most successful pages and products in her store, so she can focus on that and increase traffic to her business. Also, Search Console regularly checks her site for errors and even sends an email alert if it finds any important issues. Now Alice can be sure that everything is okay with her site and app using Google Search Console.
Ahmed says, so sitemap is like an index for the website. Absolutely. It's an XML document that kind of explains the layout of your site, okay, and shows that site structure. Okay, so we're all getting there. So basically what we're saying, okay, you're saying to Google, here's my map, this is what my site, here's your treasure map, tells you what my site's about, please index my site. Make sure that everything's categorized well. And if they don't have it, guys, they don't know that you're there. You don't get accounted for. Okay, so it's a really, really important tool. Is everybody with me? Okay, cool, guys. Excellent. So all you need to do, you go in there, you've got your HTML, you've got your sitemap, you can submit it there. So you saw there, when you're set up correctly, all sorts of cool stuff happens. Okay, Google emails you and lets you know what's right with your site and what needs work, what needs fixing. But it really is important that you fix it when you get that information, okay? When you get it from them. Awesome. Okay, guys, so here we go. It's a really, really incredibly important tool. So we're really, today, we're looking at the practical applications of these tools, and it's about what tools to use and how to use them and what to use them for, okay? So with Search Console, the first thing we want to do here is realize that it is a tool for us to use, okay? It really is. It's just a really handy tool. So, and it can help us to do all of this stuff. It helps us to optimize our website, helps us to tag our content so that it can be found, to create HTML, and to tag all of our images, okay? So what we're going to do is we are going to have a look at optimizing your websites, okay? We want to tag all of that content, okay? Just a couple of questions coming through. How do you create the map? So it's just a document, Tom, that when you're, it should be in the back end of your website. You should be able to create a sitemap there, okay? You can submit your website link, yeah. Do other search engines accept sitemaps? I would assume so. I kind of mainly stick to Google because it covers 80% of people who use the internet, okay? Right, so I'm going to go into this first tool. Let's just pull up Search Console. Okay, so have a look here. Web tools, right? Search Console is just one of our web tools here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at some testing tools. Okay, this is going to help us to optimize our website. So remember I was talking about tagging our information and laying things out, especially so that Google can find them. So what we're doing now is we're meta tagging stuff. We're tagging content so that Google can find it. So there's one particular tool, okay, Structured Data Markup Helper. Basically, it can be used for all of that stuff, for your content tagging, for optimizing your website, for meta tagging images and that. So when we've submitted our sitemap, Google says, rad, okay, it goes, awesome, thank you for that. Actually go little bots, go your little ninja crawler bots, go and index that stuff, okay, go and figure out how the website works. And once they crawl it, you want to make sure that you have it laid out in that structured way so that they can crawl and index and do everything really easily so that they're not missing content or misunderstanding content, okay? Like your products, how you're tagging your products. You need to tag your images. You need to tag where prices and stuff are. Okay, so we're going to go back to this tool, okay? Really get familiar with Google Console. It's going to be really helpful to you. What we're going to do here, okay, is we're going to look at a site called Cinnamon, okay? This is just a website. It's a restaurant here, okay? So what we do is we're starting to tag. So you go to your structured data markup helper, and here it's really cool. Okay, so this is how we kind of do our map. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to start highlighting stuff. So what is that? Anything you click on, okay, you see there's a whole bunch of options that come up. So first thing we're going to, and I chose restaurant for this, okay, because it's they've got particular layouts for particular types of websites, okay? So let's have a look here. This is an image, okay? First one's an image. So about us, about us, how about this? Okay, email. Wait, or you can, there you highlight your opening hours. Okay, so time. And you can see on the right hand side this starts to populate, okay? So I haven't highlighted it properly, so let's have a look here. Opening time, closing time, and advanced, and that's your time, okay? So it shows up a little thing and it says that's not a time, but that's because it says late, okay? Phone number, we're highlighting there. Telephone, and you're creating a little map of what everything is here, okay? So menus, go here, your menus, menu URL, okay? Location, let's have a look, location, address, or actually rather we'll go here, street address. So 83, 87, Ranelagh. Does that make sense, guys? Is everybody with me? So quiet. Or about us, yeah, There's so much you can tag. Dorothy says that's cool. So there's loads. There's the name, there's images, telephone, email, address, menu URL, cuisine, you know, you can tag. And basically what you want to do is you want to do that for each page, okay? And then you want to create your HTML up here. And it'll create the content for you here, okay? Awesome. Everybody's really engaged. That's awesome. But they're just not engaging. Wonderful, guys. And so this is all of that information. You can go back to tagging and keep doing that. I mean, so really, yeah, go and have a look at this, guys. I'll help you. If you need any help to remember it, let me know. There's no problem. You can come back and I'll tell you about it. Okay, so next thing, okay, guys. Next thing I want to show you, okay. Kevin says, cool, so that's how to tag content. I hate going through doing this. Console makes it a whole lot easier. It's awesome. It's really, really fun. I kind of like it. I like the highlighting for a better purpose. Have you guys seen this when you search for something on Google? So, do you see, you know, like the highlighted content? You know, has everybody seen this? The different types of results on your Google pages. When you search for something and it comes up and it's like, events, or that's a recipe for a pie, and it brings up the images. Have you ever noticed that? I'm going to show you guys how to show you guys how to do this, basically, how to set this stuff up. So let's bring this guy back. We're going to hop on back to, let's go back to Search Console, okay, our testing tools. So the next one we're looking at is that it? It's the structured data testing tool. Okay. And we're going to have a look at the search gallery. That's what we're going to look at. Okay, so your search gallery, Okay. Basically, guys, it's really important. You can come and have a look here, and it'll help you to set this stuff up. Okay, so it's basically with online and with Google, with all of this stuff. It's not about knowing, what to use or how to use it. It's about knowing. This will basically show you how to put that stuff together. Okay, so let's have a look. Basically, for the pie. Okay, so with your carousels, creating this stuff, it talks you through it, right? So what you can do is you go into, oh goodness, it's throwing me off here. I'm not a coder, right? And we've got all of this information here, and it's terrifying. And basically, okay, you use that code, and yeah, let's bring up an example. And it'll help us to organize our content in order to create this stuff, okay? So alrighty, but basically with this, there are loads of different ways you can organize it, okay? You've got your search gallery, okay? You can organize events, okay? So let me get my pointer. You can have them lay out like this, where they look a little bit different, okay? Products, you can put together your reviews so that your content shows up differently on your search pages. Even courses that you're offering, okay, your Android courses. Like, okay, cool, guys. So I did want to just show you Google Trends, but you have seen it, so I'm just going to breeze over that one really quickly. Find My Business is something that is so much more. It's really, really handy, okay, and I think that it's important that you know how to use it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to show you just a little video of how it works, okay? And then you can look into it yourselves.
My name is Damie Hahn. I'm the 4th generation of Fadley Seafood here in Baltimore. We're one of the oldest seafood companies in the country. Not many places can say that they've been in a family for 126 years. Bill and Nancy are my parents. My mom is the queen of crab cakes.
We make anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 crab cakes a day out of the best ingredients I could possibly get. It's nice to have someplace that you can go. It's friendly, and there's a lot of love.
This is my son, Will, 5th generation of Fadleys.
When people search for us, it's important for them to be able to find us, and Google's the perfect place to do that. It's neat that you can see how many people hit you on a certain day. Having that information allows us to be able to say, look, we may have a crowd, and that's huge. Right now, it's oyster season. We have a wonderful oyster stew. We have wonderful fried oysters. We have this beautiful raw bar. Google can help us tell our customers what's in season. It's key to our survival. Knowing that Fadley's will still be here warms my heart.
It's not a dunce cap, it's a crab hat.
On a dunce.
On a dunce.
So there we go, guys. It's way easier to understand when you see it in action as well. But basically, Google My Business, that's so cool. It just gives you big presence. So let me how about we'll have a look at this, for example. So Nike, it's this, whatever's going on the right hand side here, this is part of Google My Business, okay? It's a big part of it. It brings up, or what's a local business near you guys. It's someone that might be using it. It just helps you to stand out as a business, okay? It doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are, it just optimizes your presence on Google. And it just, as I said, we're all about you need to now get into the spaces where your audience is. We've got to make ourselves available to be found, okay? So Byron says the old couple are adorable goals. Absolutely. Now, I'd say they don't smell 100% though. So when you get onto Google My Business, okay, you type in your business name. This is literally how you register it. What country you're in, your street address, I deliver whether you deliver or not, okay, and your category, whatever category you're in, and then your website URL, okay? And it puts all of that information in for you. Lamek asks, is Google My Business part of the Search Console? It is indeed, okay? You'll be able to find it through Search Console. If you're not able, then let me know and I'll help you out. Okay, guys, so it is really important. I think it's really, there's massive functionality on there. So really try to make sure that you've got presence on there, okay? Sort yourselves out on Google My Business. Really, it'll make a huge difference for you. So for your website SEO audit as well. So just if you're having a look, if you've got SEO running, but you don't know whether it's optimized or not, and you just want to make sure that it's running at its best, you do need to do an audit, like with your social media, like with any marketing strategy or tool that you're using, okay? So you need to review your website. And guys, here are just that's a really cool tool to use, SEO Quake. Let me bring it up for you. You can get for Chrome, it's really, really handy, okay? So all you need to do to get the Chrome plugin, so you go here, it's got the button here where you install it on your Chrome, okay? And let's say we go to, how about we go to, what's a good one? We'll start with Show Academy, okay? So this is a really nifty tool of the trade, okay? So you click your SEO Quake, brings us up. You can connect it to SEMrush as well, but you can see your linking structure. You can actually, let me go back here, okay? You click SEO Quake, page info, okay? And it gives you all of your information. Look, we've got a title. We haven't got any meta keywords, which isn't great. We have a meta description, okay, which is good. All of this stuff is going to amplify your SEO. Okay, how about we will pick up this one. Here we go. Thanks, Lee. So we're bringing up SEO Quake. We are clicking page info. So you haven't got any meta keywords, so I'd get those. You've got internal links, okay, 81. None or no follow. Okay, so you want Google to track all of them. And you've got 27 follow links linking out as well, which is good. It means, you know, or have a look at that, make sure that you've got good quality links that you're linking to. Okay, tells you what your parameters are, what domains you're on. There's your Google, okay, there's Yahoo, there's Bing, what your traffic is, okay, your traffic price, ad display ads on the website, there are 22 display ads to be found. Okay, total number of words, keyword density. It's really cool, but the diagnosis is the really cool part. Okay, when you click diagnosis here, okay, and you look, and it's 16 characters. If you look at these little like ticks, right, they're going to help you out. So here, your text to HTML ratio, 11.24%. Okay, and it tells you exactly what is wrong, and it gives you tips on how to change change what you're doing. Okay, you can also then read further in an article. How cool is that? It is the most helpful tool. You can use this with your clients and scare the pants off of them. Tell them exactly what's wrong with their website, what keywords they've been using. But no, so far so good. Really, really good page. I would get meta keywords in place though, and I like that you've got your HTML headings there. Okay. Tom asks, how can you see how many backlinks to your site? So you go back to page info, your backlinks. Oh, wait, your backlinks, okay? There's actually another tool that I can show you on that, okay? But you've got your follow, your no follow, your total links, all of that. But just play around with SEO Quake. It's a really, really cool tool, guys. Really handy. If you need any help, again, you want me to have a look over it and tell you exactly what that terminology means, I do not mind at all. Okay, and then you can save it as a file as well. You can also compare domains, okay? So you can compare Show Academy to for example, okay? And then it brings them up. Like, I don't really have their information, but it gives you your ranks and all of that. It's a really, really cool tool. So I'll leave it at that. It has articles as well. Kevin says, wow, that's cool. You are very, very welcome, guys. Okay, so use SEO Quake. You run your really quick audits through that, and you've got your results. See whether you're how you're doing, and you can fix your errors there. And then I've got this final one. If you do have any questions, guys, please email me. Okay. It's really handy to link your Search Console to your Google Analytics account, because I mean there are a couple of steps to link them together. Okay, it will prompt you, and it'll be very easy to do, and don't worry about it. Okay, but you can basically see what pages are being landed on, and link that to your Search Console to optimize your website. That's very cool. Right, so that's us for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Just a quick summary on the lesson. We went through link strategy, so hopefully you guys all understand a little bit better about what link strategy is, kind of your internal links versus your external links, and so on. Then we looked at the relationship between social media and SEO's, or social media rather, its impact on SEO and how it's now becoming more and more relevant. Okay, then there's Search Console. I really enjoyed that part of Google. I hope you guys did too. We looked at submitting your sitemap. It really is so easy. And then at Google My Business, as well as looking at that SEO audit content and that link to Google Analytics. Guys, we are here to help you out, so do give me an email, drop me an email at any stage. Get in touch with the team, with your course tutor. They are your course tutor the full way through your course, so really do get in touch as and when you need to. Your next lesson is going to be on a little thing we call growth hacking, okay? And we're going to discuss exactly what growth hacking is. Out of interest, does anyone know what it is? Okay, we're going to look at who can benefit from it. We're going to look at growth hacking within your sales funnel. Okay, so I suppose the growth hacking funnel. And we're going to look at some very successful, very familiar names that have used growth hacking and built it into their business model. All right, guys, so as I said before, if you need to get in touch with us, that is the email address to use. If you need any help with technical support or anything along those lines, support and help with your membership, that is your support@showacademy.com. Then anything to do with the lessons or the content in the lessons, you drop us an email at caitlin.hogg@showacademy.com, and we are truly here at any time whenever you need us. Okay, so guys, thanks again for another great lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Until the next one, take care, and I will see you then.
Hi everyone, William here with you once again. Just want to congratulate you on completing week 2 in your professional diploma in digital marketing. I hope that you are learning a lot on this course and that you are enjoying the content that we are covering. Your feedback is very important to us, so do reach out to us at any stage. If there's anything that you're unsatisfied with, please reach out to us at support@shawacademy.com. As I've mentioned before, the key to success on this course, and indeed on any of our courses, is to keep attending the lessons and to communicate with us so that we can constantly be improving the quality of your experience. This is your membership and we want to make sure that you get the absolute most out of it. So well done on completing week 2 in your professional diploma in digital marketing. We'll see you all back then for week number 3.